Hi, I'm Sarah Crowder, and I'm getting ready to go from Vegas to Wittenberg, where I'm going to be studying all about Reformation history this summer. And I am so excited that you're joining me on this journey as I prepare both to study and to enjoy the whole occasion of the Wittenberg Center for Reformation Studies. I'm going to do something today that is very unusual for me. I am a very big procrastinator when it comes to packing for trips. I like to plan and I like to make lists, but I often don't start until the night before. And I thought, I'm not going to do this time. Now, I'm not going to pack up everything today because I have more than a week until I fly, but I am going to get my travel essentials for being on the airplane for international travel. So the very first thing that you need, this is going to be kind of my tutorial on how to prepare for an overseas flight or an international flight, is to make a list of your essentials. Once you have a good list that you like, you can use that list over and over again. So I've made a list in Notion, and I also took some time and I got some inspiration from YouTube. I watched some of my favorite YouTubers and see what their recommendations are, and I kind of modified for what I'm going to need for my trip. So I'm going to be packing light. I am not taking a carry-on luggage, and I am going to be trying to travel as light as possible. And so I'm not going to be taking tons of stuff. In fact, many of the things I'm going to show you, I'm just going to take a few of those items, not the whole package. So let's begin. The first item we need, passport. The passport is essential, and something to keep in mind is that you want to make sure your passport doesn't expire within 6 months of when you're going to be away on your journey. And so I have in my calendar on my phone the dates of mine, my husband, and my 2 kids when our passports expire, and then like 7 months before that date, so I know to make that appointment and get the passport up to date. So I'm a little bit old school. I'm going to have my passport in one of these little lap containers that I'll wear under my clothing because I'm super paranoid, but that's just the way I roll. So this, let's just double check, is this my passport? Indeed. And so we are ready to go with my passport. You don't want to be looking for that the night before your trip because there's nothing more nerve-wracking than not having your passport. Another thing would be to scan a copy of it so you have a printed copy in case something happens to this. Item number 2 is a sleep mask, and this is a little purple silky sleep mask I got from Target, and I like it a lot because it's going to help me sleep on the plane. I use this app called Time Shifter to help me not have such severe jet lag, and so in order for this to work, I need to be able to sleep on my plane flight from JFK to Berlin, and that's going to be important. So I'm going to have my sleep mask, and I've got some downloaded audio to help me sleep so that on that flight, hopefully I'll get some snoozes in. So I got my eye mask here. Now I'm planning on bringing my AirPods, but I'm going to use them before the trip. But another thing I'm going to bring is these Connect, plug-in, what are these called? Oh, these are headphones. Plug-in headphones. My students, I make them bring these to class. I'm going to bring them just in case there's something on the screen in my flight that I want to connect to, and that way I have it in case I'm sleeping and I miss the pass out or something like that. Just something handy to have. This might be a little bit of a vanity thing, but I really like to use eye masks. And so I'm bringing one for each of the big flights so that the morning when I wake up, I can do a little bit of a, while we're waiting, do a little bit of a eye patch and kind of feel good, self-care kind of a thing. So I'm just going to bring 2 of these. Another thing that will make me feel fresh and good when I'm landing are some face wipes. I'm not going to bring a bunch of lotions and bottles and stuff like that, but I do like to have these to just smell nice and to kind of wipe your face off in the morning. I'm not going to bring this entire packet. I'm probably going to only bring 6 individual wipes in a little baggie, but I really like these, especially the ones that are scented, because I love that kind of stuff. So these are Burt's Bees, and it is rose water, and I really love rose smelling things. So rose water. Yeah, I know they clean the planes, but I like to give a nice tidy wipe over when I sit in my seat, and I also don't want to get sick on my flight, so doing this helps me feel like all of the surfaces that I'm touching are sanitized. And with that, just in case, I'm not planning on wearing it, but have you ever been in a flight and you're sitting next to someone and you're like, I kind of wish I had a mask? I'm gonna bring a mask. Or if something happens with my nose and I start kind of sniffling, I don't want people nervous sitting next to me. So I'm gonna bring this backup mask just in case for my neighbor. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a huge hand sanitizer person, but I don't wanna get sick on my flight. And so I'm gonna bring this before I eat. I'm gonna make sure to hand sanitize. So always should wash your hands before you eat. These are an essential. I'm not gonna bring the entire bag. I'm probably gonna only bring 6 of these, but these are called Wisp, and they're little like portable toothbrushes. They have a little gel thing, and they also have a little pick. They're very fun to use. I remember when we were at the youth gathering with the speakers, I was sharing these with everybody, and it was kind of a fun thing. We're all brushing our teeth together, but it's just a nice way when you land after you feel kind of groggy. I don't really want to go to the bathroom on the airplane to freshen up, but if I can freshen up at my seat with one of these, I'll feel a little bit more awake and ready to take on the day when I land in Berlin. And I'm doing mints and gum, right? Gum is good for when you're, taking off and landing to help with the air pressure. And then sometimes mints are really nice to have. They just help you feel more awake and more fresh. So I'm not gonna take this entire bag, just a couple, but just a little bit of things for feeling fresh and minty. It's so dry on airplanes, and so it's always good to have some lip moisturizer, or this is like my favorite, lip glow. It's like it changes colors, which is good because I can't take the pressure of choosing a lip color. So my friend Amy turned me on to these Dior lip glow. So this is a favorite, definitely bringing this in my bag. And finally, I am gonna be bringing my adapter with, this is my adapter that is ready for Europe, where it's got the right kind of plugs, and then I can plug both USB and this kind of plug, whatever this guy is, C, with the lightning. That way I can do my AirPods and my phone, and I'm also gonna have a backup battery that I'm gonna bring with. So that's it. That's just a glimpse of what I'm gonna be putting into my bag to prepare. And it feels so nice that I have this all ready to go, and I'm gonna put it into my, did I show you this? Do you guys remember the youth gathering?
Because of Jesus, my life story is unfolding in the story of all things.
I got this from the seminary, and this was when I was just starting the seminary. It was so exciting. And so I'm not sure if it's gonna fit in here, but I'm gonna try. And I'm not sure if this will be the bag I end up taking, but this is the bag I'm gonna put everything in now so that I don't have to worry about it. And then when it comes to leaving for my flight in 8 days, in 8 days I'll be flying. And so I'll have everything ready to go in this bag. So I hope that's fun. I hope that you are enjoying this journey with me. I really appreciate you following along. If this is something that you care about, thank you so much for subscribing and liking the videos. It means a lot to me. If you have any questions or ideas of things I should do in Germany, I don't have a lot of free time. My schedule is pretty locked in tight. But if you have any tips, I love tips, so thank you for sharing those down below. So I'm gonna be preparing and working on my presentation and getting my classroom ready. And so thank you for joining me on this journey as I travel from Vegas to Wittenberg, Germany.